All right, welcome to Roundball episode. Myself, Jordan Bohannon, who's a real piece of shit. But before I get into that, this podcast is presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer. Jordan, have you ever had High Noon?
Fuck yes.
It's fantastic. It's
All I
it's
drink.
it's the best drink out there. It's real vodka, real juice, presented by myself and Jordan, who actually drink it. None of that nonsense malt liquor. It's real vodka. You can only get it in liquor stores and Drizzly. Um, my favorite's the black cherry. Do you have a favorite flavor?
I'm a big peach guy.
Peach is number two for me. I love peach. Love peach. So if you're watching Jordan in the G League, if you're watching Hunter place at Michigan, show us your setup. I want to watch. I want to see what your setup is with your High Noon Hard Seltzer. Go out there, buy it at Drizzly, and go get some black cherries for me. All right. Glad to see you. You're up.
I'm just glad to be on. I know you have a tight schedule over there, so
I have a tight schedule. I've been ready since 7.
I've been ready since 6. That's the
No, you
same time.
haven't. No, you haven't.
It's the same time as you.
And Hunter is just you both of you. I just never know anymore. You
Here's
usually have a normal excuse. His is always wild.
That's what I'm saying, and you have his back.
I don't have his back.
When are you gonna jump on me?
I'm in your hole.
I want you to come deeper than what you come deeper for Hunter than you come deep for me.
No, I'm in your hole.
No.
I'm only one asking about your stats.
You might be in my hole, but it's not deep enough.
All right, I'll get deeper for you.
I want you to hit the spot. That's all.
I want to do a couple topics first before we get into games because this is going to be quick, easy episodes because I know you got to go to bed. You got a game tomorrow. You got a game tomorrow?
No, I am. We are gonna hopefully link up in a few days.
Yes, I'm going to try and get there Wednesday.
Oh, you're not going.
I'm going to try to get there.
No,
Wednesday.
I know that tone.
I'm going to try and go Wednesday.
You don't have to.
No, I want to.
No, I know it's probably a little too close for you. It's okay.
You're such a piece of shit. You're such a piece.
I'm just saying it would be fun. You might be the only people there, but
which I would love.
Yeah.
What kind of do you have is there do people go to these games?
Iowa actually has I think we're number 1 in attendance. We get 4,000 to 5,000 people a game.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But we played in Ontario, California last week, and I think we maybe had 3 people at the game.
Someone's parents.
Yeah, and there's an Iowa fan there, sitting courtside. Shout out Iowa.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to you. That little your free throw, the whole thing about Iowa. That was what's his name?
Chris Street.
Chris Street was unbelievable. That was actually to be serious on this podcast for 2 seconds. That was awesome.
Yeah, thanks. It was a very emotional time for Iowa people. That
yeah, 100%. I know. I did a little research on him. It's first of all cool as shit for you to miss the free throw.
Thanks.
Were you nervous?
What?
Were you nervous to you're gonna miss on that? You're gonna hit it on accident?
No. I mean, when you make 34 in a row, you can kind of put the ball wherever you want to put it. But no, seriously, that was that's one of the most memorable moment in my whole life. So
no, I mean that's the coolest thing.
Yeah, if you ever had the chance to meet their family, you would be I literally call Chris's mom grandma. That's how close we
were. You can tell the way she was talking. You can tell how awesome she was. Even just how excited she was about how you missed that. Did you just knew you were going in to miss that? You knew no matter what.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy is it was a close game my sophomore year. So I had to I looked up to the crowd and my brother was the one that brought it to my attention that I was going to be so close. So no, we came together. We're yeah, I think you should miss this. I was yeah, I agree. That's the best path forward. And then it was a close ass game, Marty. And then I'm shit, this is actually a huge free throw. But
yeah. Did you win?
Some things are bigger than sports.
It is. Did you win?
Yeah, we won.
All right.
This might be the first ever compliment you ever gave me.
No, it was actually a cool. I watched it, like the clip that came out. I was like, wow, that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's already happened like 5 years ago. That's okay. Thanks
Jeez,
for
what
the.
a angle that is.
I'm over here, man. Lighting's not the best in the hotel right now.
Hey, Hunter, shh, talk a little quieter.
Hunter, we were just talking about Jordan. Was giving him a compliment, but that's enough compliments for him. Good for you, Jordan. That was a good one.
Thank you.
All right, I want to get right into this story because I thought it was awesome. John Wall and Tyler Hansbrough. Do you guys keep up with this at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw your post.
So real quick for the people, John Wall said that he was going to go to UNC. He was on a recruiting visit before, and I'll say a story. So he went on a recruiting visit, and he said he was going up to Tyler Hansbrough, and Tyler Hansbrough was just like, nah, I don't talk to recruits. Who do you guys believe? Because then Tyler Hansbrough came out and said 100%, I did not say that. I'm sure it wasn't Calipari's bank that got you to go to Kentucky, which was an awesome tweet. But I believe John Wall.
I believe John Wall too, because why? What does he get out of by making up a lie like that?
And I don't think it's really Tyler Hansbrough's fault. I mean, yeah, he probably was an asshole, but he was like the biggest celebrity in college basketball at that time. And when you're Tyler Hansbrough, you're not remembering recruits on recruiting visits. Like John Wall's going to remember that time more than you. So he probably did do it. Right?
I would tend. Yeah, with what you and Jordan have said, I probably agree with. It was probably John Wall was correct, but that's just a G move by Tyler Hansbrough to tell somebody I don't talk to recruits. That's just a G move, bro. Like you're the player of the year. Like you've just been making runs in the college tournament. Like you're so good. Like that's just a G move, bro. That's just a funny thing to say. I'm not gonna lie. Like I just thought that was hilarious.
I did text Tyler to come on the podcast, but I did write blogs about him, so I'm sure that's why he didn't come on.
Is he a friend?
Yeah.
What?
Is he a friend?
Yeah, I met him. I had him on last year, and I met him at the Final Four last year. We were talking he came on our show and stuff and talked for a while. He's still got the psycho TIs, but no, yeah, he didn't respond, and he usually responds.
Does he do coke?
I don't know. It's just you remember he's in college basketball. Yeah, he's just like this the entire time.
Maybe he snorted a line before every game.
Hey, he was good. Imagine John Wall went to UNC. Jesus Christ.
Well, they had Ty Lawson, so Ty Lawson was really good.
Where is Ty Lawson? Is he still playing?
No, I think he's out now.
He was a fucking issue.
Yeah, he was an issue.
He had some like off the court issues, like not issues, but like personal problems that he was dealing with. I think.
Perfect segue.
Oh shit!
The quote from that came out from Nate Oates was, I talked about this a little today. So he basically got advice from Ray Lewis about what he did, right, and told his team like some advice. So allegedly, Ray Lewis killed a guy.
Allegedly, actually, I don't think
it's alleged because he wouldn't be out right now. Nate Oates can't be out here saying Ray Lewis quotes when all you have to say is like thoughts and prayers to like the family. Like we're distancing ourselves from him. He will never be allowed back. Like I feel sorry for the family. You can't be giving pump. It's like asking OJ. It was OJ to come out.
How is that the first thing in your mind too?
Bro, I saw the funniest interview. Somebody was talking about OJ. They're like, when they're interviewing OJ, they're like, so like, do you think the killer's out there? Like, do you think like, are you ever scared that the killer's going to come for you? That's the funniest stuff ever when they talk about OJ. Like, is he scared of the killer coming to kill?
It's just
but
him.
Back to the Ray Lewis point. Yeah. But back to the Ray Lewis point. Yeah, like, that really didn't make sense to me. And the whole situation is just, It's really sad, and like I'm not really like I feel like I haven't read enough articles and like read up on it to
Basically,
really.
I don't believe I know he admitted to giving the gun to the person who shot the people. Um, and it was supposedly like alleged. This is all alleged, but like he didn't get a girl's number or something, which there just has to be more to that. But
Yeah, no, I actually know the kid. He's from DC.
which
It's
one?
Darius?
Darius Miles. Yeah, I know him. Like I played against him a couple times, like a good amount. Um, and everybody that I've seen, like a lot of people on social media have been pretty active about it, and like they've been saying that part's not true about him asking for a girl's number and not getting it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're shooting someone over that, that's why I think there's just more to the story. But it's just wild that this kid was like playing college basketball and just involved in a murder this year.
Yeah,
Something
man, it's
weird.
just a sad situation.
There's something weird going on with that story. I don't know.
Yeah, I
agree.
don't think. Well, my what I think, and obviously, like I have no idea, but this is just my guess on the story. Is I think there was an argument, and shots were fired on both sides, and I think the girl was just like a assessed like she like wasn't the
Innocent
target, but I think she just got
bystander.
hit. Yeah, bystander.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. Like that's where it's like we should probably be talking about the girl and her family, not about like Ray Lewis as how do you come back from like killing someone and then winning championships?
Yeah.
It's just an
You-
absurd story.
You
That
wanna
same
know
thing
some-
happened in Western Michigan. One of my teammates from high school played at Western Michigan, and his teammate was convicted of murder. I'm like, what are
you
we
imagine?
doing? What are we doing
Yeah.
in college? What, are we just killing people now?
Yeah, it's like what, dude? You want to know a funny story? So I texted someone from Arkansas, and I was like, "Damn, Alabama out here killing people," and he goes, "Yeah, I had a scheme perfectly for them. I couldn't believe I can't believe they keep killing teams," and I didn't answer him. And like 20 minutes later, he sent me, "Bro, you believe this shit?" Like he thought I was talking about Alabama, like beating the shit out of teams in
That
basketball.
guy's got to wake up.
That
And he
does,
goes-
yeah. He didn't
I
check
was
his
like,
Twitter before.
No, he didn't. It was funny as shit. But hey, Alabama is smoking teams still.
Yeah.
Are they best team? Most talented. They might be most talented. Like down back. up and
I
down the
think
roster.
I think Alabama is too. I think Kansas is still there. That game was. Could you watch that game?
Yeah.
Nuts.
What's crazy is, I mean, Kansas State, they look the part too.
I know.
Kansas
Keontae
State, bro, that
Johnson is
atmosphere was
crazy.
nuts.
You got the coach jumping up on the podium and screaming at the fans like it's a fucking entertainment Broadway show.
It was like they won the championship. But I mean, it was like I could not blame them at all because that atmosphere was so lit, and you beating Kansas. People were saying like you're a top 25 team, and you're like got like a couple losses, and you beat Kansas, and you storm the court, which is, yeah. I mean, storming the court is always like weird because it's like, for me, it's like a double-edged sword. Like obviously you want to storm the court because it's just like you just want to turn up at the fans and stuff, and it's just it's a lit experience. But when you storm the court, that means that you were a heavy underdog, and like you were not expected to win at all.
Where
And you
Kansas
just had this
State
crazy
was
upset.
+2 there. Like
I-
they. Also,
I don't-
I think court storming is kind of stupid in some ways. Like instead, I don't know. I understand both sides. Like Kansas State is never.
Yeah.
They're never going to achieve anything, honestly.
All right, well,
They could make a Sweet 16 for sure.
Yeah, maybe this year. Like I think that's why they're taking advantage of it now. Like they're good this year, 100%. But like, when's the last time Kansas State has been relevant? I don't even
they've
know.
been pretty decent for the past few
Michael
years.
Beasley.
Yeah, Michael Beasley. I just think that when you're like a Power 5 team, I don't get how you're storming the court.
I'm all down for storming the court every game. Fuck it. It's
Yeah.
college basketball, bro. Like I don't give a fuck. Who
No,
cares?
yeah, I don't care either, but I do understand where it's like, okay, what happened if Duke just stormed the court?
How
Or like
awesome would that
UNC?
be? You got Cameron
Yeah,
Crazy on the court after every game?
no, Duke. I don't think Duke could ever storm the court.
No, they can never because it's fucked up. But why can Kansas? Because Kansas State can. I agree, Jordan. I would love to see a storm the court.
Because it's I'm like, unless you beat UNC by like a buzzer beater, I could see
Yeah.
that.
Have you ever?
beat
Has
UNC
anyone
by-
stormed the court for both of you?
Yeah, we stormed the court last year versus Purdue.
We beat Michigan. That was our last court storming.
Wait, really?
What?
Wait, was it
I've
really
never-
against Michigan?
Yeah.
Was
I've
Hunter
never been
there?
on- No.
No.
I've never been on the opposite side of the court storming though.
I stormed the court once, and I thought I was going to die. It was Wisconsin beat Purdue, and I thought I was never going to get out of there. I thought I was literally going to die at Wisconsin. I had no shirt on. I ran into Brad Davidson.
Oh
He was
no! Did he hit you in the nuts?
No. Hey, Wisconsin was a great experience, but
That's a great
it
place.
was a crazy. You'd literally probably going to suffocate in there.
So cold in there too. Your nipples had to be hard with your shirt.
It is cold because of the hockey rink. It makes it a little bit colder.
Yeah, it was very cold. Was there any more? There wasn't any really more storylines, right?
I have one thing I got to bring up. This video about going around on Twitter about this kid, like the little AAU video about the kid like
Oh yeah,
flexing. Everybody was getting so mad about that. They're like how do they let these like third graders behave like that? Like, I'm like, bro. First of all, it's third grade basketball, and second of all, like they're just having fun. And like, it's not like they're taunting them a little bit, but like, then don't lose. Like, don't let them score. Like, that's like the most weakest thing ever. Like, if you're gonna be mad about somebody, like, yeah, okay, they're like in third grade, and it's like, who's teaching them this stuff? It's like, bro, like you're just being soft at that point. Like, allow them. Like, obviously, I do it, so like I'm gonna agree with it. But like, yeah,
There's
like
also
who
someone
cares?
else who's done it on this podcast who's shaking his head. So what do you not agree with? Because let me tell you, Jordan, that little white kid was watching you.
No.
I
Yeah.
just think it's soft to get mad at kids for
That
celebrating
little
call people too small.
I never
That little-
flexed. I flexed one time in my whole college basketball career.
Luca used to flex.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. I agree, Hunter. I understand your take, but there are third graders. They're acting like they made it. Like they are LeBron James and fucking.
the problem that's TikTok.
That's what I'm saying.
Honestly.
Like that's the problem with the generation. Like that guy's the third graders dropping ass during timeouts.
I thought it was electric. That kid going like this. That number one, the little white kid, is going to Duke. He 100% will be at Duke, and someone will hate him.
That was my kid. He's literally getting drugged off the floor.
Well, so now that's the thing.
next. No, he's gonna be the next kid from Iowa State, that grill kid.
Yeah, that was a fuck. We'll get to that right after this. But my thing was a little deep, I guess. Yeah, when you were a kid, only thing you had to look up to was like your brother or your dad or just like whoever you could watch on TV quick. Now they got TikTok, they got all these highlights. They're looking up to kids. It's like some stupid shit. They have a different world they're looking at than the way we grew up. No,
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
it's
Yes.
crazy. I mean, bro, I didn't know how to shoot arrows when I was in third grade. He was hitting the three and was going like this.
See, like that's just funny. Like if you're getting mad at a kid for doing that in third grade AU basketball, like bro, like then you just don't need to be playing. Like you need to take your son out of competitive sports.
I think-
okay, that is an absurd take.
Bro,
No,
I
like
think
if you're getting mad over that, like you and your son are too soft to be playing sports.
That is
I like
absurd.
Don't let him score. Then don't let him score.
I
Tell your
give
son
you.
to guard up.
Do we know if that team's good? Are we
No.
just speculating, Hunter?
they
If
were
they were-
whapping
if they were-
threes.
If they were bad, Jordan, it would make it 1,000 times better.
Yeah, it would.
Because like the greatest to ever play the sport said, Michael Jordan, it's easy to talk trash when you're winning. It's hard to talk trash when you're down. That's a real man. Real man talks trash. I'll talk trash when I'm down to the fans. That's a real man.
I don't think
It's
I don't think
easy.
I've seen you talk trash when you're down.
Oh, last year, like when we were playing Rutgers,
Oh, one game.
we're well. That was the best example of it. This year,
Arizona State.
yeah, exactly. Arizona State.
You were talking shit while
Yes.
you're getting that little ass ran through.
Jeez.
Jeez.
I don't know about all that, but like when we were down versus Eastern Michigan for the start of the game, I was still
Okay.
talking trash. Like the,
Um,
yeah,
Eastern
I talk
Michigan.
trash.
I
trash
think,
when
but
I'm
I
down.
think though, I think they're just too young to care. Like it was like all old like coaches that were like, these kids don't have any discipline. They don't respect anyone. Bro, when you're in third grade, you don't even know what respect means. Like you're
But that
Well,
starts
what
at
kind
that
of what kind of coaches were they, Marty?
old bags.
What kind of regime were they?
I don't even know what regime means, man.
If they were a government, what kind of government would they be? I mean, bro, the funniest stuff ever. I'll still see tweets about me. No, the funniest tweet ever was somebody said something about like everything that's happened at Michigan the past like 5 years, and it was like Jeff Jackson, like all these different things, and then Hitler tweet. I'm like, first of all, I never said that. I wasn't
Yeah,
on the
no,
podcast.
just me.
Second of all, what does that have to do with Ward Manuel?
Nothing. Nothing. It was literally
I'm like,
me
bro,
saying something.
people are gonna take like that's what I'm saying. That's why like social media is so stupid. Like people really truly do not look at like they'll look at the headline and just that'll be fact for them.
Bro,
The
it's the
headline could be
internet
anything.
is a scary place. Like to get real for a second, those Idaho murders, before they found out like who the real guy was, all these TikTok like kids were blaming it on one of the professors, and that guy like was losing his mind. And it's like, and people still, it's like the Duke lacrosse players. People still think they did that, and there's a whole documentary that they did not do it. Like, but the internet is just a scary, scary place. Because I think we're all probably victims of it too. I've seen a video. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. Then you have no idea what the whole story is.
That's facts. But also I don't think the internet's not the real world too. I think some people have trouble splitting the two. Like there's reality and then the virtual world. And like the virtual world I feel like takes up like 1% in the whole world. Like people just don't.
You think
They're not like that.
You think your world is ending at sometimes, or like when people are talking trash, and you're like, you step outside, you're like, oh, this is the real life. Like this is
Yeah.
like all those people in your DMs. It's like probably 4 people that are made 6 different accounts and just talking to you.
Maybe I'm not gonna get shot when I walk out.
Yeah, it's like the guys that would beat the shit out of you when you get out of your house. It's like, oh wait, he's actually not going to be here.
Bro, remember the Texas Tech fan that was DMing me that I sent you guys?
Yeah,
That's just persistence. I actually responded to him saying I respect his persistence.
No, you got to respect that.
Because it's like he's still sending me stuff from like over the stuff that I said about him over the summer. Like that's just dedication, and I respect that actually.
Speaking of respect, I respect Zach Eady because I DM'd Zach Eady. I was like, hey, you want to come on the podcast? That's what Hunter and Jordan's like. I don't really do podcasts, but like, thank you so much. Like, very nice. And I was like, hey, like, keep playing well. Like, good to see you play out there. He goes, sounds good. I'll keep being tall. And I was like, so Zach Eady's is watching our TikTok podcasts.
Our podcasts get around, Marty. People pay attention. Everybody wants to hate and say nobody watches our stuff. We get no interactions, but they listen.
I mean, the player of the year right now is responding to what we say on here. And when you play him next week, you're gonna have to say something. You're gonna just be like, "Hey, I heard you said like that. Marty said that you're tall. Pretty much, that's the only reason why you're good.
I'll tell him during the game, if we beat you, you have to come on the pod.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
I'll tell him that. I'll tell him that.
All right, let's get into a couple games. We'll get out of here rather quick today. The Big East is in shambles. Everyone's beating each other. Villanova sucks. Georgetown should be relegated.
UConn.
Seton Hall beats UConn in a wild comeback. DePaul beats Xavier. They're in shambles. The Big East is in shambles right now.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Jordan.
UConn went from the most talked about team. Like, I don't know what's happening. They're bad.
Yeah, bad.
Maybe it's a little non-conference schedule. I'm telling you, my take is just getting better and better. Non-conference games are just easier. Like when you don't know your opponent and your opponent doesn't know you, it's so much easier to play them than having to go to DePaul and all these other schools like Xavier, Villanova. Like it's just harder to play in conference teams. And I feel bad for Georgetown fans. Like Georgetown needs to be back, man. That's a basketball school that needs to be back. Georgetown basketball. I feel bad because Patrick Ewing was supposed to be the guy to bring it back. I mean, not even bring it back, but kind of just
win.
Bad down there.
Just win a game.
Win.
Like they've lost 30 straight high major games.
Bro, they won the conference championship 2 years ago.
After that was the last game because they didn't win a game in the tournament, right? They lost that game in the tournament.
Yeah.
So after that was their last win. That was their last high Division I win. Was that game when they won the Big East tournament?
Bro, it's just an 18-year-old kid these days doesn't care about Patrick Ewing. They just don't. They were like, oh, it's all cool and all, but they don't care if Patrick Ewing's coming to the house.
I don't even think those freshmen at Georgetown or students at Georgetown even know who Patrick Ewing is.
No, they probably don't. So that's where it's like he ain't your savior, and it's hard to fire him because of how much he's done for Georgetown. But and what
so
he
I'm
did
saying
in the NBA.
that's why they're screwed because it's like
I think he'll part ways this year. Has to.
Yeah, I think they're like, Pat, like we don't want to fire you, but we just suck right now.
We got to do something.
Like we'll keep you on as like a administrative role or something. I do feel bad for them because it's like they should be. Georgetown needs that. They need to make a comeback. They need to be good again. Basketball, like I remember when I was young, Georgetown versus Kansas at the Verizon Center, and that stuff was like that game was packed.
Just have Allen Iverson be the next coach.
Jay Williams.
Yeah, they wouldn't practice. That'd be good.
Jay Williams threw his hat in the contention already.
Jay Williams, I text him to come on. He goes, I only do NFL and NBA now.
I haven't even seen him on TV. Is he on TV anymore?
He doesn't do college basketball.
But he really tweeted out saying, so people have been asking me, and yes, Georgetown has been a dream job of mine.
Oh,
First of all,
why tweet
you never talk about a job that's not open. Just like an unwritten rule.
Even offered to you.
Or even
when you're not a coach.
I mean, if it's open, like if they just fired him and then you said that, it's okay. But then, like, I think maybe like 3 people have asked him about the Georgetown job. Like,
he probably got a couple tweets being like, "You want just Georgetown fans are tweeting at anybody to coach a team right now."
Jay Williams' timeline. If you guys get a chance, to go on his timeline, and after he tweeted that about Georgetown, his quote tweets is so funny. Like, he's the dude. The dude was in shambles after he tweeted that. Like, he was trying to backtrack, like low key. It's just a bad.
I should just keep tweeting like, yes, Georgetown is my dream job, or I just keep anytime I get fired, like, yes, I have been talking. Everyone keeps asking, I do want to coach at Duke.
Yeah, Marty, tweet that out.
Just every time. Kansas State was a wild game. We've talked about that, going nuts. Kansas, I still think, is one of the best teams. Grady Dick didn't really play that well. Jalen Wilson, I just think that they're going to be back in the Final Four this year.
It's crazy because I predicted that, and you didn't think Kansas was gonna be good.
I didn't. That one I completely will say I did not think Kansas was going to be as good, but they may be better than last year.
It's almost like I said that. Wow.
Oh wow, you got one thing right.
One thing I've said three things. Indiana Final Four team. I was way wrong about that.
I was right about them.
UNC being a really good team this year.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a healthy Indiana. Still, it could have happened.
Sometimes your brain just short circuits, huh?
A healthy Indiana could have happened. Like, I'm not saying it was probable, but it could have happened.
No, they're too much in shambles. We got the daughter tweeting at fans in Indiana. Woodson.
Yeah. But I mean, that was kind of a fair tweet for the daughter. It was kind of deserving of the daughter to tweet that out to the guy.
Tennessee. I think I'm all in on Tennessee. I know Hunter said that. I think I'm all in on Tennessee. They lost to Kentucky, like whatever. But I just think that they are fucking deep and talented. Very talented.
Great teams have lost to Kentucky as well, Marty. Great teams have lost to Kentucky as well. But now Jordan just wanted his flowers. I want my flowers for this take. That's all I want to say.
There's actually not a more frustrating team than Michigan. You guys are the most frustrating team to watch.
Just imagine playing for Michigan, how frustrating it could be. Like, one game.
Locker room problems, question mark?
No, like, it's just frustrating because I know we're good. And, like last year, we weren't a decent team, but we weren't anywhere as near as good as this year's team, I think. And because it's like, when we would lose last year, it's like, I just think they were just a better team than us. But this year, when we lose, I'm sorry, Jordan, but we're a better team than Iowa.
Are you?
But we're a better team than Iowa.
Are you?
We're a better team than
Who
Iowa.
won?
I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why
you can't say you're a better team when you get your little booty ran through.
We were up little
7 points. We were up 7 points with 2 minutes left.
Then what happened?
We choked.
I think if you're the better team, probably you don't choke a 7-point lead when you're up.
I think you're a better team. You're a better team when the only reason why you lose is because you choked. You were up.
So you're saying you beat yourself?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Then what happened?
You definitely beat yourself, bro. You fouled a 3-point shot at the end. That's you guys beating yourself.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
You got one
Jordan,
of the only 3-point shooters on the floor. 9 points in a lot. He hit 3 threes. Like, how do you can't tell me you're a good team when you have a lapse like that on the defensive end. You just can't.
Again, that's why we're so frustrating, because it's like, bro, we could easily come out here. This game could go one of two ways. We could either actually, I don't know if I want to. We could go one of two ways. Like, we could come out and play great, or we could come out and just lay an egg, and it's just like either one.
There's not much in between. There's not much in between for you guys.
I don't think I've seen you guys play well. That's the thing.
Against Iowa,
when we played Maryland last.
They lost against Maryland.
When we played Maryland, we didn't play well, Jordan. We were up 17-0.
Here's the thing about that game. Maryland
they had 4 points with 7
I think they played well against Northwestern.
Okay, Northwestern, I could see. Maryland's just that doesn't count. I don't know who's playing. What happened to that team?
Speaking of them, Penn State played well.
If we win this game, and if we win this game and
you'll be 5-2.
I think Michigan, and then Michigan State beats the team they're playing, we're second in the league.
Guess what? You're 6 games into the Big Ten conference play. Whoop-de-doo.
It's a great spot. I think 10 other teams would happily take the second spot.
No, you
Guess
need
what?
to
They
win
might
this
still.
game. Do you think you're getting
Yeah,
a lot
well,
of shit going to Maryland?
The students aren't on campus, so I don't know. I don't know how packed it's going to be tomorrow. I hope it's packed. I know I'm going to have a lot of people at the game, but I hope it's packed.
Any prediction for the game? Or
Just one.
haven't done it in a while.
A small one.
I really hate how Connor McCaffrey's prediction was pretty spot on.
It's
Spot
crazy
on.
because we can have obviously you currently playing college basketball, right? But we can have another guy come on and predict almost 100% correct a score that occurs the next game.
No, because Connor can do it, and then he's never got to face the cameras again. I have to face the cameras.
Ooh. Are you talking shit that Connor wouldn't face the cameras?
No. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't like he was going to be on the next podcast, like the next episode.
I don't know.
I definitely do want to bring.
That
I
was a
definitely
great
do want to bring
podcast.
Connor back on. Yeah, I love the podcast. It was just a great time. It was the fellas just chopping it up.
Facts.
I just need you to know, Hunter, this is my own personal thing. Eastern Michigan is the worst basketball team I've ever watched play basketball. And ever since watching them against you guys, I bet on them all the time, and they're so bad. They're 4-14.
Bro, but because they'll never play that good again.
No, I know. They played unbelievable.
They definitely fooled you, Marty. They fooled the hell out of you because it's like they will never
Yep.
play that good again. Like collectively as a team, like that was Amani's first game back in first game of the season, first game back in Michigan. They're playing at Little Caesars. It was a trap game. I'm just glad we won that game because if that loss would have been almost like losing to Central Michigan.
Yeah, let's try and forget about that. We need to talk about this. If this was Duke or a Kentucky player or even Hunter or someone, I didn't even really see this many places, but Caleb Grill undercutting him was really fucked up.
Oh,
That was fucked.
If I did this, Marty.
But did you guys hear much about it?
No.
I
It's
saw
like
the play. I
most
didn't hear much about it.
Just Iowa State, no one cares about, I guess. Like Caleb Grill.
I think he should have been suspended.
Yeah, bro. He could have killed the guy.
See, and people, I tweeted about it, and I had Iowa State people in my mention saying he didn't do it on purpose. His momentum carried him under him. He boxed him out while he was jumping. That is the most absurd shit I've ever heard.
I'm gonna watch it again just so I can feel
I would like to watch it again if we can get it back up there because I could see the angle of him boxing him out, but he was jumping at the same time as he was trying to box out.
Dude,
so
he didn't.
Plays like that happen.
Bro, do you know how you box out? You go like this, right?
Yeah.
He hit his shoulder. He went like this into his shoulder, into his leg when he jumped.
Or when he jumped.
Really?
Yeah.
When he jumped. I just watched it again. That's the most blatant bullshit in the world, and that's a scumbag, an absolute scumbag. And if you elbowed someone in the face on legit accident, double teamed, and they thought you were the dirtiest player of all time. And Caleb Grill,
guess what? The fuckers in black and white are standing right fucking in front of that play happening, and all three of those dumb fucks are looking at the play, and they didn't do a goddamn thing about it. We have 6 fucking eyes on the play. You don't see a player blatantly undercut a fucking player, and nothing happens to him. This is another reason why officials are the most. They're scumbags, but they're all criminals. That is a criminal play.
I don't get why refs don't have to deal with the media.
They should have to deal with law enforcement.
They should, but they should have to go to do media after.
No, they get their fucking deposition. I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm not even joking at this point, dude. It is fucking embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to play college basketball because of the fucking zebras on the court. They ruin the fucking game of basketball. They ruin it. And nothing's done about it. There's no fucking accountability. I'm fucking sick and tired of this bullshit. And God forbid we talk about it. We get all these boos. We get all these mistreatment from the fans, blah, blah, blah. We have to walk out. We have to face our families when people are yelling at us. No, fuck that. Answer the goddamn fucking questions. Done.
I will say, like, to going off this, like, I saw the Purdue game, and the Zach Edey when he grabbed Sissoko's, like, when they went up for the rebound and Sissoko kind of got his arm tingled, and Zach Edey, like, it looked like his arm was going to rip off, and then the foul got called in Sissoko. I think that I think that was a hook and hold, but just like, if that was me, Marty, that would have been the fastest hook and hold call ever.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
1,000%.
They wouldn't even check the monitor.
I think he's literally, again, I don't think refs know how to do anything with him because he's too big. Like
They don't. That's the
they
thing.
have no
They don't.
idea.
I think he has only like 10 fouls the whole season.
Yeah, because they're just like, I mean, what's the guy supposed to do, you know?
But it, like, people were like, yeah, like, there's no way he should only get 10 fouls. But I also agree with the opposite point of, like, he probably does get fouled, like, because I get fouled a crap ton, so I can only imagine what he has to go through. Like,
Why'd you go with crap there? Just felt it.
Let loose a little bit. Say shit.
Yeah.
I get fouled a shit ton. But, like, it's like they're not going to call it every time, but I can only imagine what Zach Edey feels. So it's kind of like that, like, you can't really call a foul on him because, like, they're fouling him every possession down. But I think that was like a hook and hold that I don't know. Like, they went to the monitor, I believe. Did they?
Bro,
No, they might have not.
I'm so fucking done with mascots dying. It's just what
mascot died?
the Arkansas mascot died yesterday, so I took Arkansas and they just lost to Mizzou. It's just not right. It is not right when that happens. Anyway, the Big 12 is by far the best conference, not even close.
Big Ten is really good, man. I don't know.
I don't think it's even close. Big Ten.
I don't think it's close. West Virginia just beat TCU. West Virginia is 1-5 in the Big 12.
And TCU is one of the better teams in the Big 12.
Texas Tech is in last place right now, and they're not a bad team. They're 0-6.
No, they're really fucking bad. Really fucking bad.
No, you're right, Jordan. You are right.
They are awful.
They're bad. I'm off. I hate them so much. You're right. I want to retract that.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
It's almost embarrassing. I'd be embarrassed.
They should be. You guys got anything else? Because I'm. Let me tell you, I'm gonna go to bed soon.
I will say this. I have a bone to pick. Okay. Can I pick a bone?
Pick a bone.
I have a bone to pick with Northwestern.
Thank God. I thought it was with me.
Me
what did I do?
Here we go. Here's the thing. We're blaming COVID and injuries to not play a game against Iowa tonight. So they only have 6 players. So a couple things. First off, last time I checked, you need 5 players to play the game of basketball. Okay, you have 6. I guess we could slide that one. Then we blame injuries. Okay, every team deals with injuries. I guess we can just blame injuries and postpone a lot of games that we don't want to play. And 2, we blame COVID. Last time I checked, this is 2023. I don't remember any issues with COVID in the last couple. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're back to 2020. I don't know. Something is wrong with having a team that has 12 players a few days ago, and now they have down to 6, and they blame COVID and injuries to not play a game, which it got rescheduled, but it's going to impact Iowa's schedule moving forward. So
it definitely affects like the rhythm of Iowa right now as well.
Yeah.
I actually agree with you because Duke's last episode was like, it's crazy that games got canceled because of COVID. And now just no one has COVID in college. And now this got canceled the day after. But I think I agree with you. Obviously, I mean, COVID, I think, is we don't need to go into COVID stuff, but just remember like when IUPY was playing and they had tryouts and they had like 6 guys play. Like if you have 6 guys, you should just have to play. If you have 5, I can understand. If you have 1 sub, I think you have to play. That's just up to you.
Well, I think they did a really smart job of saying they only had 6 players available, because I think the fine print would have said 6 scholarship players available. Like, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be totally wrong. I don't know the situation, but I feel like I don't think they had like 10 people with COVID. I think they might have had some walk-ons able to play, but I do agree with Jordan's point. Like, at what point are we going to not have COVID be a factor? Like, just because if we had like 5 guys go down from the flu, we'd still have to play.
And I'm not even
100%.
saying I don't want to. I'm gonna get fucking blasted by the snowflakes on social media because I was talking about COVID now being an issue, but that's not the issue here. The issue is
people are dying of COVID, Jordan. People are still dying.
They are dying of COVID. I don't want the
people are still dying of the flu too.
Yes. So
people are dying left and right, but
people die of the common cold every year, Marty.
They do. That'd be a tough way to go.
Yeah. I know. I would be so disappointed in my system.
Just in myself, if I went through the cold.
To be honest, though, if you died of the common cold, like that's just your calling, you know. Like
it's just your time. Do you ever think about how you're gonna die?
All the time, every time I go to bed.
Me too.
Sometimes I think,
how are you gonna do it?
Sometimes when I go to bed, I'm like, man, if I go to sleep now and don't wake up, that so much I'm missing out on.
That's just depressing.
So much I haven't done yet in my life.
That's just completely depressing.
Let me get one more day.
See, there's sometimes I go to bed as the opposite for me, that I want to just sleep forever and never wake up.
Oh my God, this is really depressing now.
Well, because I'm so tired.
This episode just took a dark turn.
Mine's either I'm gonna be 105 in the old home causing ruckus, or I'll be about 60 and a ricochet shot, just how like G Baby went in Hardball. That's how I'll go.
Ooh. That's a legendary way to go.
Yeah, it is.
I think if I'm able to go by natural causes, I think I'll live long. I think I'm gonna really take care of my body, eat really good, exercise and stuff. I think I'm gonna be able to make it long.
Don't say it, Jordan. Don't say it, Jordan.
Right.
Don't say it. I know. I was gonna say the same thing. I'm not gonna say something about his height.
No.
Because I'm taller, I'm gonna die faster. No,
it's not a bad thing. It's not. We're not making it's just
Kareem is still alive. Bill Russell lived till he was like 90 something.
Yeah, but they're rich. They got ways to work.
You better make the NBA. That's all I'm gonna say.
You better get some money, or you're going down quickly.
You're right. But I think natural causes at least got 80 in me.
That's all you want to. He's fine. You don't need to go that long.
Here's the thing. I don't want to get to the point where I'm like 80 and like, okay, like I'm waiting for my time to come.
Because
I think I could be a mobile 80. I think I could be a mobile 80.
You don't need your kids like wiping your ass either. Like,
right.
I don't need that. Like, I don't need my son showering me when I'm 85 and I can't get up.
Exactly.
I don't need that.
Yeah, no,
I don't need it.
At that point, it's over at that point.
I do want to have a little life alert on me, though. Like, I would love to press that button sometimes just to see what happens.
Well, people would come help, that's for sure.
Yeah. You get a little bored. You get a little bored, hit the button, hang out with the boys.
Nobody comes to your life alert.
That's fucked up. If I was just like, man, I want to hang out with some people, boom, let's hang out with the boys, see what up.
I don't know if that's the main reason for life alert, but
the thing when you get older, bro, is just like the main conversation. Just like you just gotta stay alive to see who else dies. Like that's what happens. It's like, oh, did you hear, Nancy? Yeah, it's just like, oh, when you're old, it's like, oh, did you hear Nancy died? Oh, the funeral is beautiful. Like no funeral is beautiful.
I mean, I would want to be the first one to die, in my opinion, of like close friends I'm around.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? Like I'm either going out at like 30 or I'm going out, like you said, like 120.
You ever see that Curb episode? Did you ever watch Curb?
No.
There's one guy fakes his own funeral, and he watches his own funeral, and
Oh,
it's incredible.
wait. Did we talk about this?
I
don't
would
think
like to
so.
watch my own funeral.
Wait,
I would.
wait. Who the fuck did I talk about this with? I don't remember. Maybe it was you guys. I don't think it was.
I don't think it was.
There's a lady. I think it was in Iowa that she. They like the people that like take dead bodies out and like put them in caskets. I don't know the exact story, but they took like a lady from a nursing home and they thought she was dead, and she wasn't dead.
What?
And
Just
they
put her in a
realized.
casket?
I don't know if it was like directly in the casket, but they took her and like everyone thought she was dead, and they realized, oh, she's not dead. I don't know what happened. Like she woke up or something. This just happened. Like it was like in Western Iowa or something crazy.
That's wild.
Right.
Imagine you just wake up from a sleep and everyone's like crying. And you're like, what the fuck's going on?
Right.
Like what the hell? I'm still here, guys.
Just fucking sleeping.
You guys can't take me out that easily.
But like that's the point. Like if that happened to me, like okay, just shoot me there on the spot. Like, it's my time to go then.
I yeah, just pull the plug. I don't need that shit. I do want to cause ruckus in like an old home though, like just doing pranks and shit. Just be it. I want to almost be miserable when I'm 90.
Your balls hanging out of your shorts.
Yeah, it's like you know what you're doing. You just always have it out. Like what? What do you mean?
You're walking like this as your nuts slapping against your thighs.
And I just want everyone to be like,
super tight shorts.
you want to become like
shorts.
a normal thing when you walk in the house, and it's just like, that's just grandpa.
Oh,
Those things slap.
Grandpa's balls. This grandpa Marty's balls.
Oh.
He's back. He's back from his cig break outside.
Jordan, I'm watching Luka go at it right now. He just got back in the game.
Yeah, go T-Wolves.
He's getting some good minutes, man.
Yeah, he's getting some good tick.
Let's just get J-Bo a 10-day contract. We'll all go.
Bro, if J-Bo gets a 10-day contract, I'm telling you, this podcast would double in followers.
Yeah. I love it. First of all, I'm gonna keep working, but I have another bone to pick with. Ciampa tweeted about like I think he put a TikTok like let's get J-Bo a 10-day, and I had people like begging on my downfall. Like no. I'm like, can you just be happy for someone? How fucking
they can't.
No,
they can't. Because last year they would.
Jordan.
No,
like,
they
what
can't.
What does that impact? Anyone?
You want people to not be haters on social media?
I want to.
That's what they live for.
I've always said this though. Have you ever tweeted something that you just love so much on Twitter? I'm never tweeting at like, oh, I love this podcast, because I'm normal and I keep that to myself what I like, and then I also don't tweet at people being like, I hope you don't have a job. I hope you die. It's just crazy.
Well, because Marty, we're normal people. Then the people to come in are not normal people.
Yeah, that's facts. All right. Well, that was a great. We need more of that talk. That was fun.
This podcast is just essentially
versatile.
The boys just talking about basketball, man. Like we're just
I'm sick about talk. I didn't feel like talking about every game. I just didn't.
Man, at the end of the day, you're coming for. You want to be entertained for the hour that you're watching our podcast.
Yeah, we talked basketball. We talked ball.
We talked balls.
Yeah, we did, literally. All right, that's the show. We will be back. Hunter, you have a game Sunday?
Yep, Minnesota.
All right, so after the football games, we'll record, because I'm saying this live because we have a tough time. Jordan, can you record Sunday night?
I don't know. Times change, so.
All right. Well, we will see you guys on Monday. Where it's going to start ramping up. NFL is wrapping up. It's going to be all college basketball. So we will see you guys on Monday. See ya.
Go Blue.